watching the News Hour Special Edition.
Welcome back. This election season, the way to Delhi Darbar will be paved with populism. The Modi Sarkar mulls a massive bonanza for the Kisans in the way of an annual pay of rupees 10,000. Not just that, the Fadnavis government in Maharashtra has also proposed a monthly salary for farmers to ensure stable earnings. Remember, this slew of promised SOPs comes close on the heels of other such populist measures like lavish MSPs, cut-in fuel tax and Maratha quota by the BJP. Not to be left out, the Congress too had jumped onto the populism bogey with blanket farm loan waiver in the 3 states it won in December. As this race to 2019 begins, who will reap the harvest is a question we are asking.
They may have been abandoned by successive governments, but come poll time, Jai Kisan is the mantra to all political success. Ahead of 2019 elections, the centre is mulling a yearly income of 10,000 rupees to all farmers to buy seeds, fertilizers and farm machinery. Going a step further, the Maharashtra government is mulling a monthly salary as well for our farmers.
It all depends on enforcement of these schemes, whether they are implemented in right measure. It's a sad commentary that the government abandons everything and then after 4.5 years realize that they ought to have implemented it.
Remember, Congress too kicked off its populist bogey with a blanket waiver of all farm loans. But does anyone really care to empower them?
राजनीति करने के लिए निकल पड़े हैं। अच्छा होता अगर किसानों की थोड़ी सी भी संवेदना होती, ऐसे सारे काम पूरे कर दिए होते, तो मेरा किसान कभी कर्ज के बोझ में डूबा नहीं होता।
Remember, populism surely is good politics, but will it also be good economics? Bureau Report, Times Now.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition, Debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So there is a race now between political parties to roll out SOPs. It's more about populism now as far as the 2019 general election is concerned. Who will reap the benefit? That's the question we are asking. Let's open up the debate and go across to our guests. We are joined by Tuin Sinha, leader of the BJP. We also have Karan Bhasin, is a consultant of Gyan Foundation. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, joins us on the panel along with Dinakar Lanka, spokesperson of the TDP. He continues to be with us. A very good evening to all of you. Let me first go across to Tuin Sinha. Tuin Sinha, असली संवेदना किसको है फिर फार्मर्स से? अग्रेरियन क्राइसिस और गहराता जा रहा है, एक के बाद एक सॉप्स रोल आउट हो रहे हैं, फार्म लोन वेवर हो रहा है. Are we not moving more towards populism? Is this going to be good for our economy?
See, first of all, let me dispel this notion that we have not done enough for the farmers in the last 4 years. In fact, we have turned the entire, approach towards agricultural policy on its head. Previously, what used to happen was that the focus was always on increasing the farm output. We, for the first time, tried to increase farmers' income. So this year, as you would be aware, we have increased the MSP by 1.5% of all mandated products. To support that, we have PM Asha, we have Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, but more importantly, as the Prime Minister mentioned in his speech today, our focus has been on irrigation schemes. Some 99 new plants have been launched in the last 4 years, out of which 50 are nearing completion. We have focused on improving the rural roads through the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, so that the reach and the transportation of agricultural products to nearby towns and cities can improve. So we are not, irresponsible populist people like the Congress and the opposition. We believe in responsibility, but yes, it's a fact that today, despite our efforts, the net real wages in rural areas have not gone up.
Tuin Sinha, that's exactly what I was going to ask you.
There has been a huge baggage issue. There has been a legacy issue.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, that despite such several efforts taken by the government, we are back to square one when it comes to rolling out the SOPs. When our target should have been empowering the farmers, that's exactly what the government spoke about.
Just give me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So just give me 20 seconds. That only
From 10 to
explains
20.
that the baggage we had encountered has not been covered, and it has been a huge legacy issue for the past many decades. But fact remains that the kind of efforts we have made is unprecedented. As a responsible government, if we still need to make certain changes and course correction, we are most open to it, and that is precisely what we are going to do in the next couple of weeks.
So are you confident that you won't be passing the same legacy?
Absolutely not. As the Prime Minister has clearly mentioned, we don't believe in empty loan waivers. You know, when farm loan waivers were announced in Maharashtra 1.5 years back, we detected about 15 lakh fake farmers. That is the legacy of NCP and Congress. We don't believe in that, kind of
So let me take a counter from Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh Mishra, even though Rahul Gandhi, after winning the 3 states, first of all, let's talk about the promise that he made. He said farm loan waiver hoga, jo ki ho bhi gaya 10 din ke andar. But he also spoke about how this cannot be a long-term solution. Still, definitely is a populist decision, a populist measure. And the Congress party is also not ready to let go of this particular thing, which the Prime Minister believes is just, cheating the farmers.
So, Swati, we have to look at it from 2 perspectives. First of all, I was just hearing about what great work BJP has done for the farmers, but it seems all of it is on just paper, because we just had this farmer rally in Delhi and Mumbai, if I am correct, and one of the farmers had sent a check of 750 rupees to the PMO for selling 1000 kilo of onions, which the PMO very cruelly told him to send it via NEFT, that please send the money via NEFT. So first of all, their lie is called out there itself. MSP is something they keep talking about, but the farmers say that it is not the MSP that was promised by the Swaminathan Commission. That's another lie. The Prime Minister keeps accusing Congress party of not keeping its, but his lie was called out by Captain Amarinder Singh today also, because he goes on, and we keep on hearing about this legacy issue. So they keep blaming for all their failures, Congress is responsible. That's their basic excuse. Now coming to loan waivers, we have to realize that even in the corporate world, there are times when haircuts are taken by the banks in loans which they think are NPAs. It is something farmers also deserve. If you can give thousands of crores to corporate houses in the hope that they will revive, why don't we give this chance to farmers also? That's exactly why farm loan waiver is needed, and that's why what farm loan waiver needs to do. As far as MSP goes, it has to be on cost plus basis, which this government hasn't done.
Alright, so let me also bring in Karan Bhasin, who is a consultant of Gyan Foundation. I'll come back to you, Ashutosh Mishra, I'll come back to you for a rebuttal. I'll come back to you, yes. Karan Bhasin, the point here is that if everybody believes that farm loan waiver is the way ahead, are we not thinking about the impact that it has on our economy? Also, are we not thinking about, making the system better in terms of empowering the farmers rather than making them dependent on the farm loan waivers?
So I want to make 2 or 3 quick observations here. First of all is that since I just uploaded a paper a day before, in fact yesterday only, on designing a targeted basic income for farmers, I can tell you that farm income, or designing a targeted basic income, is not a populist measure. So while people call it populist, they don't realize that the cost of a basic income for all poor comes down to only 2.8 lakh crores. So far we have spent 1.6 lakh crores for just farm loan waivers, and mind you, this targeted basic income covers all poor. So while everyone is saying that this is a populist measure, I think first we need to understand that under a basic income, even if it takes 10,000 bucks per annum for a farmer, as of today we spend around 24,000 rupees to make one person non-poor under PDS, and around 40,000 rupees to make one person non-poor under Manrega. That is what is populism, when you're spending money in an inefficient scheme. While we are talking about the economics of it, let's just face it, we spend a lot of money in such inefficient schemes. Might as well just redirect it under a DBT framework to farmers.
Okay,
and
let me bring
as
in
far as
Mr.
the
Lanka.
legacy is concerned, let's not
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Lanka also. So, Mr. Lanka, Karan Bhasin, who's quoting facts and figures, has also published a paper on that. He is saying that investing or spending money on schemes that are not benefiting people is a populist measure. But rolling out SOPs when it comes to farm loan waiver is not a populist measure.
Yeah, farm loan waiver is not a permanent solution. But
no, we're talking about
it is the solution at the need of the hour
populist,
when the
populist
farmer
measure or not.
is in debt trap. Please, wait few seconds. When the farmer is in debt trap, it is required as an immediate breath for the farmer, because huge amount of the monies regarding to the farmers already received banks by means of proceeds for years together. Giving back to the farmers is not at all a crime.
There was a 50% increase in the income of farmers in 2017.
As far as long-term approach is concerned, because Andhra Pradesh is a role model. We have given farm loan redemption for 24,500 crores. We never silent by farm loan waiver alone. We completed 29 irrigation, medium and small projects for last 4 years. And we made inter-river linking Godavari to Krishna to serve the farmer needs. That's why we are registering abnormal growth in farm sector. 17.8% registered our agriculture sector growth for 2017-18. Our 11.2% growth in GSDP, 17.8% growth, which contribute from agriculture alone. Being a primary sector, we are giving that much of concern on agriculture. As far as the other issues are concerned, these fertilizers, quality fertilizers and seeds are concerned. Our government is giving utmost priority. For quality seeds, we have already established a seeds manufacturing zone.
But let's come back to the main point.
Standards.
Okay, let's come back to the main point that we're discussing. Karan Bhasin, when you say, one second, sir, Karan Bhasin, when you say there is no debt trap, there is no agrarian crisis. One second, sir. I'm trying to make a point. Please, I'll give you a chance to. I'll give you a chance to rebut, sir, and respond. 1 second, please, Mr. Lanka. No, sir. 1 second. I'm trying to make a point here. So, Karan Bhasin, then why are the farmers taking to the streets? Why do we see nationwide protests being held by the farmers? Is there not an agrarian crisis? And is this also just fueled by the opposition?
See, there is an agrarian crisis, but there has been one since 1991 when we saw a sharp decline in the share of agriculture as a percentage of GDP, while the employment continued to be high. I am not denying that there is a crisis. I am just saying that what is it that has caused suddenly an agrarian distress in 2018? If I look at all the statistics, I find agricultural growth to have been robust in 2017. So if it was robust in 2017 and if it is growing in 2018, then the only reason why farmers are marching onto the streets is because some of these protests are politically motivated. That being said, I definitely do believe that MSPs have not delivered, which is why perhaps we should scrap MSPs,
I think we're being unfair. Let me also bring in Ashutosh Mishra. No, I believe we're being unfair when we say that all these protests are led by political parties. I think we're being unfair. No, we cannot arrive at a conclusion that all the farmers who took to the streets and participated in the protests were all politically motivated. Let Mr. Mishra come in on that point.
Those state governments should be step in. When the state government not step in, what farmer will do? He will contribute in the agitation. Don't make a political coloring for it.
Okay.
As far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, chilies, tobacco.
No, but we aren't specifically only talking about Andhra Pradesh. We were talking about the entire nation.
Our state government has provided. Matching grant provided.
All right, Mr. Mishra, come in.
Tell me something. When has MSP actually delivered? Can you tell me one time when MSP actually delivered?
What union government is doing? When you are telling it is a primary sector and listed in concurrent list, nothing has been done by the union government. Is the failure of the union government. How can this union government test that double the farmer income by 2022?
Okay. Let Tuinsina come in on that. Let Tuinsina come in on that.
Blaming will not solve the problem.
1 second, Karan Bhasin. Let Tuinsina come in on that. Tuinsina, just one point. Just 1 point. Would you also elaborate on this massive bonanza that the government is planning? About this annual pay of rupees 10,000 and then the Fadnavis government proposing a monthly salary. Is this to woo the farmers ahead of 2019 another SOP, or is this your way of empowering the farmers?
See, like, I accepted that the real net real incomes haven't gone up. So as a responsible government, we can't be in denial. So these are steps to address that. And this is not a final solution. You know, there are 2-3 options which are being considered, and you will know in the next week or 10 days. But let me for a moment assume. Let me for a moment accept Mr. Lanka's suggestion that, blanket loan waivers are a good solution. But even in that case, the opposition's idea of a loan waiver in India is to create a scam. In Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, you saw what happened. Just in loan waiver, उन्होंने लागू किया, उस दिन यूरिया गायब हो गए.
Yes, it is correct.
कर्नाटक में, despite spending crores of rupees, only 800 farmers have benefited.
Yes.
So the opposition's idea of a loan waiver in India is to engineer another scam and fleece money. In Maharashtra, where I am sitting right now, between 1999 and 2014, the Congress and NCP presided over 35,000 crore irrigation scam. That is their idea of farmer empowerment.
I think we're missing the basic point here. So Ashutosh Mishra, when you question the union government, the central government, and say that these are populist measures. Okay, Mr. Lanka, please relax. So this question also needs to be asked to the Congress party, जिनका प्राइमरी एजेंडा ये था कि हम चुनाव जीतते ही सबका कर्ज माफ कर देंगे किसानों का.
So the logic, as I had given you right at the start of when I started, is that if you can give haircuts and loan waivers to corporate houses, why can't it be given to farmers? They also have the right to start their life once again. We know a lot of this has to do with the climate.
राहुल गांधी के झूठ में मत जाइए. कोई लोन वेवर नहीं दिया गया है.
Now Mr. Bhasin here. अरे सर, आप झूठ है बोलने की आप लोगों की आदत है. आप जो है प्राइम मिनिस्टर से लेके आप लोग नीचे तक सत्यवादी केवल आप ही
किया गया था. वो आए थे, उनको कोई समझ नहीं है. कोई लोन वेवर नहीं दिया गया इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को.
जो मेंबर नहीं है,
कोई इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को कोई लोन वेवर नहीं दिया गया है. ये गलतफहमी जो है, ये गलत बात आप मत फैलाइए. राहुल गांधी पूरे देश में फैला रहे हैं. आप तो पढ़े लिखे, आप मत फैलाइए ये गलत बात.
आप एक-एक करके अपनी बात रखिए प्लीज.
आप अनपढ़ की तरह बात कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
आप अनपढ़ की तरह
बात कर रहे हैं. Wrong information. Rahul Gandhi doesn't know facts.
आपने सुना होगा, आधुनिक मेटल का नाम सुना होगा. You don't know your facts. I am telling you the facts. Now listen to it. Okay, banks have given the waiver, and we are not talking about the 3 thieves that your prime minister has let leave the country. I am not talking about them. I am talking about companies in India. Okay, so let's be clear. I am talking about NPAs, Mr. Sinha, which you obviously don't know about. So I have named 2 companies which have been given haircuts in thousands of crores, 8,500, that sort of thing, 92% haircuts from their loans. It's not the 3 thieves that you have.
But Mr. Mishra, please come back to the topic. So if the government is now planning another, another rollout of SOPs for the farmers, why you call it populist? Then why is it being called populist? Either accept that we are all in this race.
Because they are doing it for plain and simple, because now they realize that the farmers are angry and that what Congress had promised, so they are now just aping that policy, and 10,000 rupees a year is a cruel joke on the poor farmer. They are giving 10,000 in Maharashtra itself. They are giving 10,000 rupees a month to their RSS and other party workers who were caught during emergency.
Don't spread fake news, please. Don't spread fake news over here.
Mishra ji, please, let's not dilute the seriousness of the debate. No, let's not dilute the seriousness of the debate. Let me go back to Karan Bhasin.
When we come to MSP.
Okay, when he's saying that, hold on. When
Karan Bhasin wants to come in. Mr. Mishra, sun lijiye, please. हाँ.
Yeah. So the rural annual amount of transfer to make everyone non-poor is 6,400 rupees per annum based on the NSSO consumption 11-12 data extrapolated adjusted for inflation for 17-18. So don't tell me and don't give me that argument that 10,000 is nothing. If you don't know about the rural consumption and rural inflation, don't make these hypothetical claims sitting in your newsroom.
Please don't You don't
I'm living in a world of facts, boss.
Sitting in your
I'm living in a world of facts.
You
are playing politics over the lives of farmers, and you come on national television and term a good policy as a populist policy.
This was a joke about how poverty is being removed.
This was
come out
based on
in the real world and
NSS,
see that 6,400
2011-12
is nothing. It's peanuts. So, and those are
Sir, NSS goes into real
like
world,
you.
unlike you.
All right.
Make those base assumptions.
All right, gentlemen. All right, gentlemen. 1 second. All right, that's all the time I have. That's all the time I have. While everybody is doing the same thing, they are pointing fingers at each other, calling each other's measures populist. But how is it going to pan out in the 2019 elections? We'll have to wait and watch. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating.
The News Hour Special Edition.